here with the very, very intriguing Paul Davids. And Paul has just done a documentary called Sci-Fi Boys. It's on DVD right now. You're going to want to go out and buy it. So Paul, will you tell me a little bit about what inspired you?
Well, I was a sci-fi boy from the time I was 10 years old. I used to read Famous Monsters magazine. The editor was Ackerman. Forrest is now 89 years old, and one of my other heroes, Ray Harryhausen, is 85. So the inspirations for a lot of the whole burgeoning science fiction movement of the last decades are getting on in years, and I wanted to capture their contribution and show how they had inspired not just me, but a whole generation of people who went into the film business to make science fiction and special effects films.
In the early days, yes, we were considered a little peculiar.
Wild, weird, wonderful. The stuff for which movies are made.
Charles Schneer and myself, we figured we needed a description. So we worked out he had a Buick. It had the name on the steering wheel, apparently, Dynaflow. So we combined that with animation, Dynamation.
People say Casablanca or Citizen Kane. I say Jason and the Argonauts is the greatest film ever made.
When I got to the Dynamation period, it took about 4.5 months because we had very critical synchronization. The skeleton swords had a meet with the live-action sword, so the sound department could put the proper clinks in. I tried to avoid those type of scenes, but I think it's been worth it because it's a sequence that most people remember. I'm delighted that our films have meant more to people than just entertainment, because we made them mainly to entertain.
So it's with great pleasure that the governors of Cine Rouge realized their inaugural ceremony by presenting an award for a lifetime of amazing achievements to the man of the hour, the man of our lifetimes in cinema, Mr. Ray Harryhausen.
Each frame of film, you move it and take a picture. You move it slightly and take a picture. You move it slightly. You move the head when the shutter's closed. It's like an animated cartoon.
This is one of the most exciting evenings of my life.
That you are the king of puns.
Oh, well, they locked me in a room and I said, open the door.
When you released your Famous Monsters of Filmland, first release was 125,000 copies sold. Did you ever expect it would be the phenomena that it is today?
I never dreamed that I would be editing 200 issues of it.
And I walked into a bookshop in this small New Zealand town. My first ever cover of Famous Monsters of Filmland. Didn't have a clue that the magazine existed before this moment, and it was, I think it's issue number 105, 106. It's the one with Sinbad fighting the skeleton.
Wait, you know, I created that term.
Yes.
It didn't exist before 1954. Since it's been on the tip of my tongue ever since 1929, I looked in the rearview mirror, stuck out my tongue, and there, tattooed on the end of my tongue, was Sci-Fi. And to her immortal embarrassment, my dear wife said, forget it, it will never catch on.